Yeah, you had a really weird experience, right, Joe? Because you had a cat as a kid, right? Or
Yeah.
something like that. And then you became allergic to cats.
I had 3 cats.
And you became allergic?
And then I became allergic. So it was so weird. So like when I was born, I had 1 cat called Marble.
Right.
And she was really cute. And then she died shortly after I was born because she was quite an old cat. So and then we got 2 more cats because my parents just fucking love animals. Like I was surrounded by animals my entire life.
Yeah.
So I had these 2 cats, Little Guy and Pocky. And I had them till I was maybe like 10 or 11 years old.
Yeah.
And then just completely coincidentally, like 2 weeks after my last cat, Pocky, had passed away, I was going to go get an allergy test. Right, because I'd never got one in my life. So my mom was just curious, being like, oh, I wonder if you have any food allergies or, you know, medicinal allergies or whatever. And because it's free in Australia, right? So it's like, yeah, fuck it, let's go. So I went to go get it. And then I did the test. And I remember specifically there was one part of my arm that was really fucking itchy.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh shit, like, yeah, I definitely have an allergy towards something. I don't know what it is. And then the doctor came in, they were like, yeah, so you're allergic to cats. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. I had a cat up until 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
The doctor explained that apparently it's like a thing where if you're surrounded by a certain allergenic for your entire life and then suddenly it gets cut off, your body has like a whiplash effect where you can actually develop an allergy. Again, I'm not a doctor. I don't know how accurate that is.
Let me tell you what happened, Joey.
Yeah.
Your body was like, I will never love another cat again.
Yeah.
I am not allowed to love any more cats.
Dude, that's honestly probably what happened. Which is sucks because I fucking love cats. And it's like, and now, like, you know, over time, like, I've just grown to like get allergic to like all sorts of different animals.
Do you feel any like of an itchy nose when you put your like face into Kato at all?
So, okay, so for dogs and some other animals, it depends. So like with dogs, I'm allergic to some breeds.
Okay.
But not others. I'm probably okay with Kato.
I wonder,
Because normally I would be sniffling like a motherfucker right
Yeah.
now. But I've gotten pretty close to him already. Like he was sitting here just a moment ago and I'm completely fine.
Okay, yeah.
So I think I'm okay with him, but like some other like long-haired dogs, for instance, the moment I enter, like it got so bad to the point I remember in high school where I went to a friend's house for the first time and I started sniffling outside of his house. And I said, do you have a dog in your house? And he was like, yeah, how did you know?
I feel like I can...
Because I'm fucking dying right now.
That's like a superpower.
Yeah, like my sinuses are getting destroyed right now. And so I could tell immediately.
Dang.
Yeah.
I've hated cats for so long.
Right.
And only recently have I met a couple of really sweet cats and I'm just like, oh my fucking God.
Oh, I mean,
so
like,
wrong.
By default,
I'm allergic.
join the club.
It was so fucking annoying. I was like, oh, you're just the sweetest little baby and I love you. It was like a little stray that we found and then we got him a new home, but we had to give him away because I put my face into him and he was like drooling on me and I was like, I don't fucking care. It's amazing.
Get out of it and your face is like fucking...
I came out and I was like, I think I'm allergic.
That's rare because like 99% of the time, cats are cunts. They are assholes. They're such asshole creatures, but there's something about them where you just like...
It's because...
I'll forgive you.
Yeah, it's a hard level game. The reason why people like cats is because if that cat likes you and nobody else, that's
then it's like, fuck yeah.
I'll tell you what it is. Cats are just the tsunderes of the animal world. Right. They fucking.
Why do you want a dog? You should have a cat.
I want a cat as well, honestly. Like
I'm a Shiba. That's like a tsundere dog.
Yeah. That's why I want a Shiba actually. Yeah. I don't know. It's just like I get it because like you know they're like fucking moody teenagers a lot of the time. Like cats, right? They're just like they just do their own shit.
But then the moment they show a slight bit of like love towards you,
yeah,
you little fucking you little dickhead.
Actually, there's in my house in England, we have like the neighbor has a cat, right? But it like comes into our garden so often that me and Sydney just like we didn't know what its name was, so we kind of just like gave it a name.
Right.
So I don't know how this name came about, but we just started calling her Scarlet Joe.
This poor cat has identity issues. So I don't know who I am anymore.
Yeah. And initially she would come over and she'd see us and she would like fucking scuttle off or something, and then slowly but surely like she'd come over to our like garden so often that we started like trying to give her a little bit of attention. At first she was like, no, get the fuck away from me, get away from me, right? And then like what happened was we moved to Thailand. Me and Sydney moved to Thailand, right? And after we had come back to England for like a quick trip, we go outside And then Scarlet Joe just fucking bolts it towards us to be like, oh my God, where were you? And like, that was the first time we were able to pet her. And we were able to pet her. And then we were able to pet her for like a full 5 minutes. And then she was like, all right, I don't like you anymore.
The honeymoon phase is over.
Yeah, the honeymoon phase is over. But it
some good
happens like,
memory.
it happens every time now where we go away, we come back to England,
Yeah.
and then she sees us, and she's like, for the first meeting, she's like so excited, and I'm like, yes, I live for this. I live for this.
You totally just reminded me. This is the most Australian story I have, but we
Right.
had that exact same experience in our neighborhood,
Right.
but instead of a cat, it was a rock wallaby.
What's a rock wallaby?
Like
So
this
think
little-
of a kangaroo, but like miniature size.
Oh my God.
And it's just these like wallabies that just like they just hop around in the forest like along like rock
Right.
like structures. And we had one because like I live right next to like a national park.
Yeah.
So it was like just my backyard was a national park. So like every now and then we would just see this rock wallaby on the street. And we're like, it's like, oh, that's really cute, you know. But like, but it was no biggie, right? Because it's like national parks right there,
Yeah.
whatever. But then like the more I saw it, the more it would like get closer to me.
Yeah.
And get more comfortable with me, even though I wasn't doing anything to it.
Right.
I was like,
Slow little waves.
I would walk. Yeah, I would walk back home from school, and they would just be like, "The rock wallaby." I'm like, "Oh, you're a lot closer than last time." So I'm like, maybe I can pet him. Maybe I can muster up the energy to pet him.
Yeah.
So I remember one day, as I was coming back from school, same fucking rock wallaby like hops over, and I was like, I'm gonna go towards it. I'm gonna try my chances, but like because it's a rock wallaby, right? They're
Yeah.
really fucking like cautious. They're
Right,
like the
right.
squirrels of Australia. Basically.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
A fucking mini kangaroo
Yeah.
is the squirrel of
But pretty
Australia.
much. But like squirrels are kind of the same thing where they're like sometimes they'll come close to you because they're a little curious.
They'll never let
Right.
you pet them.
but they'll never let you pet them.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I was like, I got close and it'd be like, oh, step back, motherfucker. It's like we're cool, but we're not that cool.
Yeah.
But then eventually it got to the point where I got one pet in, and I was like, yes! it was the best feeling. And I was like, Mom, can we have the rock wallaby? I want it as a pet. But you can't do that in Australia, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I remember
Australians are
that.
addicted to the energy of petting like
We just love animals,
animals.
man.
Yep.
You were saying
Yeah.
before, like Australians just are good with animals.
You,
I
you
feel
really
like
are.
I feel like
Yeah.
you have to be to survive, though. You know,
Yes.
that's like not
It's
a
a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
It's,
just-
it's like we won't fuck with you as long as you don't fuck with us.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time I'm like scrolling on TikTok and I see some Australian guy fucking with like an animal,
Yeah.
and he's like, he'll have like a full on tarantula on his leg, and he'll be like, "Oh, you're
Yeah.
right, Matt. You're right. All right."
Yeah.
Oh, sometimes these guys get a little bit in your house. You just gotta let him go. You just like put him down, you know.
Yeah.
And he's like, "All right, see ya." And then everyone in the comments is like, "What a fucking giga chat!" Like, just laugh.
Nope, he's
Yeah.
just Australian.
Yeah, no.
You guys are like that fucking what are those like fucking guy like creatures called in like Avatar where they like have to be like one with nature, right? In order to
Zahelu?
survive. Sorry?
Zahelu? Wait, what kind of avatar are you talking about? Like Avatar or
The
like?
James Cameron Avatar.
Avatar.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
I thought you meant.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the
Oh, no,
airbender
no,
avatar.
I should have said James Cameron Avatar.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So Zahelu.
yeah,
Picture-
exactly,
picture
right?
Airbender.
Yeah.
know that net off by heart.
Because I fucking love Avatar and I want to be an Avatar.
That's the blue. That's the blue.
Are you
people, right?
Yeah,
the
the blue
only person
people.
excited for Avatar 2?
Okay, look.
Are you the reason James Cameron is still like, I promise there's gonna be 4 of them? Oh,
Okay, like the only thing that I think, okay, I love the idea of aliens and just like leaving and dipping, and I love the all like, I mean, I build fairy houses, I love nature, like I want to
Yeah.
have a property and like
Yeah.
live out in the
Yep,
forest,
yep,
you know,
yep.
this is like my jam on steroids. Obviously, it's gonna be bad. I'm still gonna watch it because
I
it's
hope it's not bad because
Like,
he's hyped
yeah.
this shit up more than anything.
the fact that just the anime. I just want to see what people are able to do with like the animation and everything these days.
Nowadays,
It's huge.
yeah.
and
Well,
then,
I
like,
mean, the other movie that he kind of helped with, the anime adaptation movie that he didn't direct, but he kind of helped. What's that one?
Oh, Love, Death, and Robots?
no. He.
No, that's David Finch.
that
That's
was-
David
What was the
Finch.
anime with the girl with the big
Sure.
eyes?
Oh,
Alita
Alita Battle
Alita,
Angel.
that's the
Battle
fucking.
Angel,
That's what.
Alita.
Give,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
Alita.
never
Like
saw
that was
that.
like the. I think he worked a lot with the people who did it. And so I think if it's that good quality, Alita was really fucking good looking.
Is it?
Yeah, it looked awesome.
I didn't see it, so
It looked
I mean,
fucking
I saw, like,
awesome.
previews and
It
stuff.
was alright.
I mean, it was
I like Alita. I thought Alita was really good.
it was a good film.
What I want them to do is I want this stuff to go well with this kind of animation, so they could redo the World of Warcraft movie, completely animated,
That's not
and they could
gonna
redo
happen.
the
That's not gonna
Halo
happen.
series, completely animated,
That's
so
not
we
gonna
can get
Oh,
massive.
I mean, the Halo one was rough.
Look.
Does
I don't
Halo
know
even have a
why-
good storyline to adapt?
Actually, yeah, it kind of does. It's kind of a sick world.
I never paid attention to it.
It's a really cool world concept. And
Really?
It's just, yeah, it's a shame they turned it into this fucking mediocre shit fest.
It's like they just got to take Chief, actual Chief,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like animate little tiny Cortana and like all that stuff, and then yeah.
There's a lot of politics in Halo. Like a
Yeah.
lot of politics. It works really
Right.
The
well.
Arbiter is fucking sexy.
Yeah, the Arbiter.
Oh my god, Ryan has the mark of shame on the back of his leg.
No way.
Yes.
That's fucking sick.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Fucking love all the Arbiter memes.
I think it's time to finish.
All
I think
right.